Hey guys, it's me, Vanessa. I want to make a video for my week 75 post-op VSG surgery. This morning I weighed in at 154.2 pounds, which is a loss of 0.6 for the week, a loss of 81 since surgery, and a total loss of 125.8. So had surgery it was March 13th of 2017. I started my whole journey at January 2014 at 280 pounds, but surgery date I was at 235.2. So I'm making progress again. I'm finally back in maintenance of 150 to 155. My goal is to get under 150. So I'm going to slowly just, work on that. Continue not binge eating. When I do eat what I want and enjoy, I'm going to use some sort of control. I'm going to make sure I balance it with eating healthy and just keep an eye on my weight and just not allow myself to get over 155. So right now, range 150 to 155, but I'm going to work on getting to 145 to 150 as my new range. So that's pretty much what's going on with my weight loss. I completed week 5 of LIIFT4. My goal is to complete this week 6, finishing out the build phase, and then the last 2 weeks are considered the shred phase. This is the time where it's pretty much lean out, not really building any more muscle, just maintaining what I have and getting the best results at the end. So I'm still doing the eating plan with the program majority of the time, and then on weekends or when I travel or go out, I enjoy whatever I want at that time, but I track everything I eat. So the topic of this week, I really wanted to focus on explaining why I no longer count calories. My big issue I noticed at the beginning of this year was that I was getting very obsessive. It was to the point to where I would completely freak out if I didn't know a calorie amount. And then if I ended up having calories left, I would make sure I would just eat things just to reach that calorie limit. So I was obsessed. And I needed to take a step back because if I'm looking at maintenance in general, I need to focus on how I'm going to eat for life. And if counting calories is not livable for life, why am I going to depend just on that? So that's the main reason why I no longer count calories. A good question that came up is, how do you know if you're getting enough? I follow a plan from my actual exercise program. So I'm making sure I'm getting in the amount of macros I need for each day. It's a set plan that tells me exactly how many fruits to eat, how many proteins, vegetables, healthy fats, and carbohydrates. And so I stick to that plan, and because I've been doing it for so long, it just comes naturally, and I portion out all my foods in these little containers. And so I focus on that majority of the time. And then when I enjoy foods out or like the weekends, I focus on eating at least healthy meals throughout the day and then enjoying occasional snacks. So that is how I know I'm getting in enough required calories. Plus, I've been counting calories for years. And so I kind of know an idea of how many calories something is and the range that I need to be at. But I also focus on my body. So I listen to how I feel and what I need. So when I first started this program, I was at the actual weight loss bracket. You have different brackets that you follow on this plan. The very bottom one is what I fell into, and it goes all the way up from A to, I believe, F. And so I was in A, and I noticed just the first week that was not enough food for me. I noticed an hour later, I was getting hungry again. And usually when you eat enough food, you will be good for about 2 to 3 hours. But after I finished my meal, I was immediately hungry. And so I decided to bump up a bracket to bracket B. And I've been doing B from week 2 all the way up to now I'm in week 6. So it's the perfect amount of food for me. And then when I hit my actual maintenance, I'm going to go up to bracket C. And so I'm going to continue with bracket C for the rest of my life, majority of the time. So I like the structure of eating a healthy, well-balanced diet. I don't cut out carbs. I don't go high fat. I go moderate protein, and I eat lots of fruits and vegetables. And so me focusing on more of like a healthy way of eating instead of a fad diet, that has helped me to lose the weight that I have lost and to keep it off. The one thing that a nutritionist told me from the very beginning was to find a plan that you can live with for the rest of your life. If you can't continue that program for life, it's not worth having. So I find a balance that works for me and what I enjoy, and I do not demonize any food. So there is no off-limits food. The only off-limits food for me is the food that I can't control. So a good example of this is when I had it was a few months ago, I bought some graham crackers, and I ate 2 of the full sleeves in 2 days, and I just couldn't stop myself. So like every time I would go into the kitchen, I would think about those graham crackers. And so that is a food that is a no-no food for me. I don't allow myself to have those. I don't buy them. Something that used to be a no-no food that no longer is pasta. I don't have any problems with pasta, and I don't have problems with Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its I used to binge on. Now they don't taste the same to me, and because I can't eat a lot of them, it's no big deal. So, you just have to find the foods that work for your body and what you can do and what you can keep up with. And lastly, I weigh myself every day during the losing phase. So that is my way of knowing exactly what is working and what is not working. So let's say, I do really well during the week and I see a downward trend, with my weight. So like Monday, I'm at my highest weight, and then I keep going down and keep going down throughout the week because I'm weighing myself and I'm losing like maybe 0.1 of a pound, right? And so let's say Friday, I decide to go have a cheat day like I usually do. And I gain 0.2. That's still okay. 0.2 is nothing. But let's say I gain 2 or 3 pounds. Then I've learned that whatever I did that day before did not work for my body. And that's something that I should not do again. So that's what I keep an eye on. And then also that, I do understand that weight will fluctuate. We will go up and down throughout. But you have to, it's a trial and error, really. You have to find out what works for your body and what doesn't. And then, cut out the things that don't, and then work with the things that do, and then you will find a good balance. And don't stress over being perfect 100% all the time. Know that there is times that, you're not gonna make the best decisions and the right choices. And then you just pick up where you left off and then continue making the right choices. And so it's that perfectionism that I used to have, that all or nothing mentality that I finally got rid of, and that I'm still working on, of course, because there's times where I battle with my mind, and I tell myself one thing and I'm thinking another. And so it's a battle. It's a hassle, but I look at it and I take it one day at a time, one meal at a time, and I understand that, the way I feel right now is not going to be the way I feel next week. So I just got to get through it. And, if I have to journal, if I have to talk to someone about it, I do what I need to do to keep going and to never give up. So that's why I no longer count calories. I completely deleted my FitnessPal app that I've been using for years. And at first it was scary. I'm going to admit it was scary because I had that control. I had to have that control of calories. But when you look at it, when you go out to eat, what they put in the calories is not 100% correct. Food labels, they're not 100% correct. So you have to take into account those 20 or 30 calories add up. And if they're off, you're either overeating or undereating. You don't know. And so if you're just listening to your body and you're seeing what the scale shows, you will make the best decisions for your body. So just keep that in mind. It's a scary thing, but I am so grateful that I did this, because when I do go on vacation now, I'm not nervous about counting calories because I don't count calories. I just jot down what I eat, how I feel at that time, and then just work on not binge eating and eating with purpose and making sure that I get in lots of veggies. So that's what I wanted to share today. I will see you all next week. Have a fantastic week, and hopefully soon I will get out of this 150 to 155 range. That is my main goal. So I will talk to you all later. Take care. Bye.